These budget magnetic keyboards are a hidden gem. The performance, the price for value you're getting here is amazing. Let's go and check them out. Nice, simple, secured packaging. All of the accessories that you will be needing will come with the box or the keyboard. Okay, I think I forgot to remove something. But yeah, first impressions on the keyboard. We do have two versions here, two different colors. We do have the 80 and the 68 version. You can both get them in the white color or pink color. Will definitely be personal preference which color you'd prefer and how many keys you'd like or use. They do both feel pretty high quality. They're made out of plastic. They do not feel cheap. The 68 weighs around 747 grams, while the 80 977. They both have PBT dual color injection molded keycaps. Both have the legends on the side and see-through, as you can see. Very high quality. For the switches, you can either get them with the Polaris switches or the Magneto Pro switches. I already gave you guys a sound test on both earlier. Both closed bottom. They do sound pretty okay, but personally, I do like the Polaris switches sound more a little bit. Again, will be personal preference though. Both are very stable, minimal wiggle wobble. They're very similar. These both should be hot swappable with other Gatron or TTC like magnetic switches like TTC KOMs or Jade Pros. They're also both south facing RGBs. But yeah, here's a little sound test with the switches and the keycaps on. I think both sounds amazing. Will definitely be personal preference, but personally I do prefer the sound of the 80 version here with the Polaris switches more. They're just more creamy and thocky. I'm sure you heard it. But yeah, you could definitely tell they made a lot of efforts. Just look at the layers inside. The stabilizers can be improved, but they're not really crazy rattly. I think they're decent enough, especially for the price. But yeah, we can see the carbon fiber plate here, some foam here, and a good amount of lube in there. Same here with the 68 version. You can see there's a good amount of lube in there. Now, I'm not sure why this is an aluminum plate and this is carbon fiber. I think the pink color comes in with the carbon fiber plate and the Polaris switches. That explains the more expensive price points. But yeah, no problems with the sound and acoustics of the keyboard. But yeah, now moving on to the performance of these keyboards, pretty much the same. They have 8000 Hz polling rate and 128 kHz scanning rate. And for more features like the rapid trigger accuracy and SOCD stuff like that, let's go ahead and check it out more in its web-based software. So let's go ahead and plug this in. First, the 68 version, as you can see, see-through keycaps, very vibrant RGB. Hold up, let me turn off the lights, and yeah, as you can see, very nice RGB and very nice light box, very vibrant, bright as well. Love that. Then for the pink version here, very nice. Okay, the light box is actually a bit more diffused. Is that the right word? I mean, yeah, you can tell by looking at the light box with the RGB off, but still very vibrant and bright RGB on the light box. Love that. Backlight is also bright and vibrant, see-through keycaps. I think the backlight looks brighter here on the 68 because it does have an aluminum plate, reflective, compared to the carbon fiber plate here. And yeah, we also have this light bar here on the 80 version, as you can see, so very nice. But okay, I have the website where you can buy these keyboards from. It will be first link in the description. Just go to support, EWEADN drivers, web-based. You can also download it if you'd like. And yeah, here we are. Should be the same for both. What the software is gonna look like and the features. Just go ahead and connect the keyboard, Deep 80. And here we are. At first, this might be on Chinese, so just go to the bottom left here, English. I already messed with the settings of this keyboard. I'm not gonna go to too much details on my reasons why I set these specific settings because I already made a separate video about that. Oh, and when I first plugged in these keyboards, it was acting weird and the RGB wasn't turning on. If that also happens to you, just restore factory reset here and it will fix it, or at least that's what I've experienced. But yeah, we can change profiles here, import, export. And while we're talking about profile, you can actually quickly switch the profiles here with just a switch. So as you can see, we're on FN1 right now. I'm gonna switch to FN2 and let's see the settings I have changed here. Boop. Just wait for it and there we go. As you can see, settings changed. But yeah, we can customize the lighting, the RGB. You do have a good amount, and if you don't like any of these, you can also customize your own. We can also customize the side light, which is this one at the back here of the keyboard. Now I might just be missing it, but I do not see a way to change the bar light here for the 80% or the 80 version. Or again, I might just be missing it. But a very customizable RGB. Now moving on to the next tab, the key tab, where we can remap the keys, change the FN layers, do this, do these stuffs. Very nice and customizable. Then moving on to the next tab, we can change the trigger settings or rapid trigger, the millimeters distance. You can go down to as low as 0.1 for the trigger stroke and 0.01 for the rapid trigger. It does have RT stab, anti-accidental trigger. You can also add some dead zones. You can experiment with these. You can also recalibrate here, which I do recommend. And let's actually do it before we start testing this with my latency testing tool. You can also do this, not really important as long as you know the max distance of your switches. Then moving on to the advanced keys, we do have DKS, toggle key, mod tap, SOCD. Pretty much all of the features you will be needing, but I do have a little bit of an issue with my SOCD here. Whenever you set the key, right, the rapid trigger settings you set stops working. So as soon as I lift up the D, it should start going to A, but it does not. It's like the rapid trigger completely turns off. So I hope they fix that soon, but yeah, that's why I don't really use SOCD. Not really a big deal for me, but if you really want that, you can use it here. Because yeah, lifting up the key is much faster here without the SOCD. Then moving on to the performance tab, we can change the polling rate and others. Again, I already showed you, and yeah, you can check the manual. That's pretty much it. Easy to access. All of the features you will be needing is gonna be in the software. Again, just a little bug fix that can be easily be done here on some future updates, maybe, hopefully. And just to show you, the Deep68 has the same software here, same features, same stuffs. But yeah, now let's go ahead and test this out on Keyboard Inspector. We did set this to 8000 Hz polling rate. Let's see. Here's the 68 version, and yeah, that's pretty accurate. 8000 Hz polling rate. Then for the 80 version here, should also be on 8000 Hz polling rate, and yeah, 8000 Hz polling rate, pretty accurate. Now let's go ahead and test this out with my latency testing tool, OSL TTCS. I already made a video on how this latency testing tool works, but what it pretty much does is it measures the time between when the keycap comes into contact and when the computer actually receives the signal. And here's the results for the 80 version, 0.684 milliseconds. Wow, wait, that is very fast. Wait, those are actually very impressive results, especially for the price of this keyboard. But yeah, before I show the comparisons, let me actually test the 68 as well here. And here's the results for the 68, 0.658 milliseconds. Okay, they're pretty much the same performance-wise. I mean, as expected, it's just a different layout. But man, those results are... whoa, it is pretty much on par with TMR keyboards, and TMR keyboards are like the top magnetic keyboards I've tested, and yeah, wow, especially for the price, these are impressive results. Budget magnetic keyboards, man, are so fast nowadays. This is amazing. I doubt you'll notice any difference though when comparing this to the top magnetic keyboards or other magnetic keyboards in this list, unless there's a 5 millisecond difference. For those interested on the milliseconds, here you go. These are still crazy, very impressive. Now I always give a little disclaimer that these results can still vary. There can be factors that alter the results, but these results should still be very accurate. Now without further ado, let's go ahead and test these keyboards out more in game. Oh, here.
I hold on. I hold fast. Hold.
I got him.
I'm right here.
Oh, cannot. I'm dead. Nice.
One enemy remaining.
I'm trying to get the gun.
Over here. Neutralized. Got 4. Rampage. No distractions. 4.
So after playing and testing with the EWEADN Deep68 and 80, here's my experience so far. Now you saw the latency test. My gameplay definitely won't hold you back when gaming. Very responsive. As soon as you press, they do actuate. As soon as you let go, they do deactivate. I didn't really encounter any major issues. I already said the little bugs I experienced earlier. I don't think it's a big deal. Very easy to fix. Now other than gaming, I also loved using these for my daily use, especially the 80 version here does have all of the keys I need. The arrow keys I really appreciate, and the delete key, these extra keys. I mean, it's also in here, the extra keys that I pretty much need for editing and daily use. The arrow keys, the delete key, I'm pretty used to the F and combination keys. So yeah, both layouts are pretty alright for me, but for productivity and other uses, the 80 shines better, I think. I mean, the layout. They both looked pretty cool on my setup as well. The light box was amazing. I also had an amazing typing experience with these keyboards. They felt amazing and sounded pretty deep, you know what I'm saying? But they're pretty thocky and creamy. I really like them personally, but yeah, will definitely be personal preference if you like the sound. Yeah, I've had an overall amazing experience with both keyboards here. Now, is it worth it though? Would I recommend it? With my discount code MIGSS, you can get the Deep68 over here for as low as around $66, which is pretty crazy and budget friendly, especially again for what you're getting here. The performance was amazing. You even get a light box, pretty decent sound and quality. And if you went for the pink version though, with my discount code MIGSS, it's gonna be around $75, so that's around $10 increase in price. And again, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the reason why it's more expensive, other than the color change, it's the switches and the carbon fiber plate as well. You'll get that with the pink version, I think. I mean, it would make sense why it's more expensive. But yeah, for the Deep 80 though, the price is gonna be a bit different. For the Deep 80 white collar version, it's gonna be around $70 with my discount code MIGSS, but right now it's kind of sold out of stock. I hope they restock soon, or maybe they already have stock the moment you're watching this video. You can check in the links in the description. But yeah, for the Deep 80 pink color variation, this specific variation with these switches and the carbon fiber plate, it's gonna be around $80 with my discount code MIGSS. I'd say they're all pretty budget friendly. That's under $100. Also for the quality, the sound, of course, the performance you saw, like, definitely worth it. I would recommend it. If you're interested, I'll be putting these keyboards first link in the description. I'll also be tagging it in the video, so if you have Shopee or if you're from the Philippines, you can also go ahead and check that out from those links, and those are going to be my affiliate links, so I would really appreciate it if you can use those when buying, as well as my discount code. It would really support me a lot. Discount code MIGSS works for the whole EWEADN store. And a little disclaimer as well, these keyboards are sent to me by EWEADN, but that won't change my review. Everything that you've been hearing me say about these keyboards are all my honest opinions and review as always. But yeah, I pray and hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll go and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye.